Ever since 2010, the usage of e-cigarettes nationwide has skyrocketed. More and more people are dropping their conventional cigarettes and switching to a safer alternative known as e-cigarettes. My name is Max Arweiler, and I will identify the positive aspects that come with switching from conventional cigarettes to e-cigarettes. I've been smoking since I was 15, and until I was 18, I was smoking close to a pack of cigarettes a day. And for me, it was an expensive habit, and even worse, very smelly and stained all of my clothes, especially the inside of my car. But worse than all was the social stigma that smoking cigarettes, especially such a young age, gave off. Everywhere I went, I got bad looks or bad vibes just from having a lit cigarette in my hand. But after the entirety of this speech, I believe I will bring positive realization to conventional smokers, and hopefully I will sway opinions. Personally, I find a stunt myself in social stigma when smoking in public. The odor of the smoke stains and is unappealing in close environments. It is true that cigarette smokers often lose their sense of smell and likewise their sense of taste with heavy cigarette use. And this comes to my first point. Point 1, e-cigarettes don't have distinct odor. Compared to the bold smell of tobacco, e-liquid is generally fruit or sweet in smell when emitted. It doesn't leave a stain on clothes because it isn't smoke. E-cigarettes don't generate smoke, they generate water vapor, which dissipates into air and doesn't linger in rooms. E-cigarettes are more discreet, and they don't involve any sorts of open flame or ash when being used. And it is because of this that they are safer in such an environment. There's no potential harm for an e-cigarette to start a fire or even a forest fire, but cigarettes just being ash through the end of a lit butt has the potential to start a fire. And that comes to point 2. E-cigarettes are much healthier than conventional cigarettes. Cigarettes contain over 4,000 chemicals. 400 are harmful toxins, and 43 are identified carcinogens. Comparably, e-liquid is basic in structure, containing only four household ingredients, 2 of which are vegetable glycerins, nicotine base, if used, food coloring, and flavoring. Research on e-cigarettes is new and limited, but from what it has been found, we can safely say that there is a drastically lower harm with e-cigs than conventional cigarettes from the mounds of data found over the years from chronic cigarette use. But even this information alone may not sway a lifelong smoker that isn't concerned with health. Point 3. E-cigarettes are more affordable than general cigarettes. Generally, a chain smoker spends anywhere from $7 to $12 on a pack of cigarettes a day, nationwide. A $20 bottle of e-cig liquid can last a week in comparison to a pack of cigarettes, or to an addiction of such cigarettes. Users can adjust nicotine levels depending on their addiction and usage, and in such can fend themselves off their previous cigarette addiction. But even if health is not a big concern of yours, then one can consider money saved by switching from cigarettes to e-cigarettes. In entirety, it really is only the person himself who decides to handle addiction. E-cigs are a better choice than cigs because cigarettes are smelly, unhealthy, and unaffordable. Point 1. E-cigarettes don't have a distinct odor, and cigarettes leave a terrible stench wherever they go, and their smoke doesn't dissipate. E-cigarettes sometimes are even meant to smell good and can smell fruity and almost uplifting in some circumstances. And in the same way that they don't have a distinct odor, there's no potential for them to start fires. And this comes to point 2, that e-cigarettes are much healthier than conventional cigarettes. There are over 4,000 chemicals in e-cigarettes and only 4 ingredients in e-liquid. Based on this information and much research done over the past couple of years on e-cigarettes, we can conclude that they are a less harmful bet than conventional cigarettes. But some are not swayed by this, and only money is a thing that can concern them. And that comes to point 3. E-cigarettes are more affordable than cigarettes. And like I said before, a day-to-day cigarette user may spend $7 to $12 a day on cigarettes. A $20 bottle of liquid will last a week at minimum. There's no way someone could use more than that. And even if that was the issue, you can up on nicotine strength. In conclusion, I find e-cigarettes as a safer alternative than cigarettes. I hope that my words today may have changed the opinions of some lifelong smokers, or just enlighten the fact that an alternative is present to help your addiction. Thank you.